Hi guys, this is Ravenclaw What If. Today's What If story will be what if Izuku Midoriya had Foxfire Part Zero. Alright, let's explain a couple things before we begin the redo of my first What If I've ever done. I didn't like how I did it on the previous parts of my old series. So I'm going to change some things. This is going to be he's going to look like this in the picture and what you see with, silver hair with the fox ears, but his eyes will be green and he'll have, green fire. Now, he'll have 9 tails from birth because it's a mutation fire manipulation quirk. And I'm gonna add something because I thought it would be like a really cool idea. Is he's able to shift into a fox form. At first, it's going to be quite small because he'll be a child when he unlocks it. So yeah, part of his quirk. And when he uses his fire, his tails will turn into flames. He'll have like flame tails, so no one could like try to cut his tails off when he's in battle because they're like this fire, they go right through it. So and he won't have any healing abilities, but he'll have everything that a fox can do: speed, strength, better, whole lot better vision than normal people, hearing, senses, that sort of thing. All right, let's begin our story. We'll begin most stories with Inko Midoriya giving birth to Izuku Midoriya. As the doctor is like, push. She's the female doctor. She's like, push, dear, you're almost there. And she's like, I'm trying, like, because it hurts, pregnancy. I'm a guy, so I know that shit hurts. Excuse my language, but yeah, that's painful. So, she's going through childbirth, and Sashi is there with Mitsuki because Mitsuki and Inko are really close friends. They've been friends ever since like preschool, and Mitsuki doesn't like Asashi at all. She finds him a you know excuse my language, but a dick. So let's continue. As she finally gives birth to Izuku. As the as the you know as the female doctor, the one delivering our young hero. Yeah, by the way, this is gonna be Hero What If. So and she's like, um, Miss Midori, you have a beautiful baby boy. As he pops out with his little 9 tails, with his little ears, and his fingernails and his toenails have claws on them, like because he's gonna have the features of a fox. So yeah, so his nails could cut through pretty much anything, almost anything. But there's some metals that he can't cut through his claws. But all right, let's continue. As Mitsuki, sees like he's so like sweetheart, Inko. He's like, sweetheart, this is Misky talking. He's so adorable because she finds it completely adorable. A little baby fox, as Inko's happy to see her baby boy born, but Asashi, other hand, he's like, what is this freak? And Misky give him an evil look. He's like, I want nothing to do with this mutation freak of a creature. As he storms off, and Misky's comforting Inko because she's crying because she doesn't understand why her husband doesn't want nothing to do with young Midoriya, and Misky's like, don't worry, dear. He's an asshole. No, he'll get over it eventually. Hopefully. So, she's thinking hopefully in her brain. She's like, I hope he doesn't do anything stupid. So, I've never liked that guy anyways. And Inko, sees that look in her eye, and she's like, Mitsuki, I know you don't like my husband. And he's like, I know, sweetheart. You know, she kisses, Miss, Inko on the forehead. It's like, don't worry. Yeah, I know you know I don't like your husband, but that will never that will never jeopardize our friendship. So, she takes her. They get the child check out, and they're scheduled to go to the quirk doctor the next day, next couple days after get the baby checked out, make sure it's all healthy and nothing's going wrong and that sort of thing. His quirk is active because he's a mutation, but his fire abilities doesn't manifest until later in his childhood. So, as we skip to let's just say a couple weeks as she gets the baby ready to go to the quirk doctor, and Asashi doesn't want to do nothing. He's been drinking heavily, hasn't been around, and when he's around, he has nothing nice to say to his son, that he's calling him a monster, a freak, because he despises mutation quirks because how he was raised, that he was raised on mutation quirks. They're basically not human. They're basically freaks that should be exterminated. That sort of thing. So, as that going around, as that little tidbit I add to it, as they get to the quirk doctor, Mitsuki's with them. She had Bakugo. He's like a year old. So he's like, she's with, Inko. He's like, oh, Miss Midoriya, yes. Thank you for showing for your appointment, because she made an appointment. And who is this? And Inko's like, yeah, this is my best friend, Mitsuki. And the doctor's like, all right, because that's happened before, people bringing their kids in and not having the father present, but, someone to support them. So he's like, yes, let's see what we have here. By the looks of him, now this quirk doctor is a female, so she's like, she finds a, young Midoriya adorable. That's like completely adorable. It's like, he's such adorable. Yeah, he has a quirk, definitely has a quirk. By the looks of it, he has some sort of mutation quirk. Kind of is definitely a fox. So, they run some tests, and it's like, interesting. Our diagnostic says that it's a mutation. He has everything that a fox has. The ability has a fox, and has a fire manipulation. And the transformation The doctor doesn't know about it. It hasn't manifested itself. That's a new ability to his quirk. I know I'm giving Midoriya a bunch of abilities for his quirk. This Midoriya is going to be very OP. So, let's see if I cannot break him. So, anyways, as you know, they're going through their tests. I'm like, yeah, he has fire manipulation. It's just not active yet. So I want you to, keep a close eye on your son, and if anything develops, please reevaluate him. And here's my number, personal number. Contact me directly, because she knows how some people treat mutation quirks as not living beings. They're mutation quirks in this world. Some sick people don't like mutations. They either kidnap, kill them, or stuff like that. There's prejudice. They're treated like, some of them are treated worse than quirkless people. So that's Mitsuki, and Inko, get through their evaluation, and she's happy that her son, what his quirk is, and as Mitsuki, not Mitsuki, Inko, takes Izuku home. Asashi's nowhere to be seen. He's out drinking at a bar, being a loser. So as she calls a babysitter because she has some things to take care of, some paperwork for let's just say she has to take care of the finalizations of for a new house. She's planning to move because Asashi and Inko are having a very rough patch in their marriage. And so, she has a babysitter, as she's, looking at, the new house. It's, this house is going to be like closer to Mitsuki's house. I know, I think, in, canon, Midoriya's house is, semi-close to Mitsuki's house. But I'm changing this to, I'm just going to say, she was living further away from Mitsuki. So now she's moving closer to Mitsuki. So let's continue. As she has a babysitter, young Midoriya. He's still maybe, he's about after the quirk doctor, there was a time skip. So let's say he's around 4. As she gets the told the babysitter to watch her baby boy, and she's like, please, if anything happens, call me immediately. So she's worried about her husband, how he reacted towards Midoriya, and how he's changed into a drunk. So as Asashi stumbles through the door and looks at the freak that he calls him. Huh, you're still around, freak? I figured you'd be abandoned by now. As he's like, the babysitter's kind of doesn't feel comfortable around Sashi, and so she calls Inko, and she's like, Inko, Miss Inko, Miss Midoriya. Oh, yes, let's just call her June. Yes, June. What can I do for you? Yeah, your husband's home, and as she hears a big bang, Sashi's beating on Midoriya, you freaking freak, as he slaps him, and Inko's like, I'll be right there, and she's like, and the babysitter's trying to get him away from Midoriya, and as as Asashi pushes June out of the way, we're about to burn Midoriya. He uses his. It's like, it's like, I'm gonna get rid of this thing. This is not even human. As he begins to use his fire manipulation, as his fire breathing, it hits Midoriya, but he's completely immune to fire. Not completely immune, but he's immune. His fire won't do shit. Like his fire doesn't affect Midoriya. He's like, I'm a freak. Guess my fire will work, so I'll just have to beat you to death. As he's welling on Midoriya, and by then he's as Inko, breaks through the door, um, picks up Asashi through her telekinesis and slam him against the wall. At this time, Midoriya has woken up his shifting ability, where he's able to shift into his fox form. He's a white fox, so only thing different is the eye color. It's green. So you all you could hear is a kind of like a whine, like when a wolf's hurt, not a wolf's hurt, but when a fox is hurt, it does that like little whine, and she's like, "Where's my son? Where is he?" And he's like, as June, I think that's what I'll call her June. I think that's how I said. But anyways, it's like, yeah, your son kind of shifted. Like, I think he has some sort of transformation quirk too. I don't know. He was beating on Midoriya, and she's telling Inko about this. She calls, she she calls Mitsuki and tells her about what happened, and she's pissed. She walks through the door, like just walks through the door, and it's like, and socks Sasashi in the face. He's like, I can't believe you. I knew you were trouble from the moment I met you, and Asashi's. I'm about to say something that I'm not trying to cuss too much, but this is the type of story that we'll be cussing. My what ifs are not really, meant for, young viewers, but I know some of my young viewers, watch occasionally. So, anyways, it's like, I don't want nothing with that freak. Wish you had it. I wish you had it. I wish you had an abortion. As Sashi calls, Mitsuki a bitch and, you know, some nasty stuff. As Mitsuki's just laughing. He's like, oh, he's like, he's like, yeah, she has nitroglycerin, so she doesn't have any powerful quirk, but Mitsuki could, beat you down. So, as Mitsuki, not Mitsuki, Ingo picks up the very scared Midoriya in his in his fox form. He's cowering, like, underneath the table, and Inko's like, "Come here, sweetheart. I'm not going to hurt you." As she like leaves out her hand, so he could, as they like it slowly cowers to her as she picks him up. He's like, right now he's like of a size of a about a size of a full grown cat, basically. His fox form will grow as he grows. So as that happens, and Mitsuki's like, "Dear, let's get out here." Yeah. I can't believe you, Sashi. Thought you were better than this. I can't believe I fell for a monster like you. As they walk out, and before she walks out, she's like, "Yeah, and I'm falling for a divorce. I won't have you. I will never let you hurt my son again." As she storms off, and so she's like, stupid, c word. So as that, she's comforting Mitsuki, and Bakugo hasn't switched his personality set yet. He hasn't unlocked his quirk just yet. So as that happens, and um, Midoriya kind of refuses to shift back because he's scared, because that was kind of he was beaten pretty badly. So she takes him to the doctor, and she explains what happened, and yeah. As the cops show up to the Midoriya residence, she hasn't moved into the new house yet. As they arrest him for child abuse and attempted murder because he was literally trying to kill his own son. So she stays with Mitsuki until the house is ready. She's just on the couch, just holding Midoriya, and Mitsuki's like, I think we should probably get him checked out, make sure he's all right. Yeah, and they called the quirk doctor, and the quirk doctor knows medical stuff, so she's not does the quirk doctor just for quirks. She does medical stuff too. So I'm trying to combine the two, so I don't have to have her go to the hospital then go to the quirk doctor. So and she's like, yeah, and June, Inko paid June, and she went home because she was like, she's like in high school, so she's not in UA. She says, she has a quirk, but she doesn't want nothing to do with hero work, so she finds it dangerous and doesn't want, that type of lifestyle. So, anyways, so she takes it to the quirk doctor. Oh, Inko, you're back. Yeah, I've he's developed something else with his quirk, as she shows, Midoriya in his fox form. She's like, she's quite surprised. She's like, is that him? Is that your baby boy? He's like, he's even more cuter in this form, and sort of thing. And she's like, yeah. She explains it, and she's visibly upset. Like she finds it, disgusting that someone would treat their own child that way. So it's like, yeah, we'll run some tests, and they're trying to, get Midoriya to calm down a little bit. He's still cowering because he's still scared. So after a while, Mitsuki hums, Midoriya a tune. He, finally shifts back into, his human state, and he has like a black eye and nothing too bad. He could have died if Asashi was going like full strength because he was kind of drunk. So so it's just like, yeah, he's fine. He has a black eye, maybe he should be fine. So we're gonna get this side of his quirk evaluated. So she explains that his quirk has he's able to transform into a fox apparently during like a activated in it was a defense mechanism for increased stress. So she's like, yeah, every time he gets scared or stressed, he'll shift automatically, and it'll take a while for him to calm down. As long as he's calmed down, he should be able to shift back. So they give her some tips on mutation quirks and shifting quirks in general. So Inko does a little bit of research on that, and we're gonna skip to the first day of preschool, as the first grade. So after that incident with Sashi, Inko divorces ass. Like, nah, no, she's like divorced him and had a restraining order, so he's nowhere. He's still in jail, so he's in prison, so he's not going anywhere. But yeah, if he ever gets out, he's not allowed anywhere near Inko or her baby boy or her son Izuku. So she finally moved into the new house. So let's get to the episode. Let's get to the school part. It's like, oh, we got a new student here, and you see it like a little boy with fox ears, white hair. He looks like this in the picture, if I haven't said that before, but younger. He'll look like that when he's older, but because I've never liked like how Midoriya looked in canon, or his personality set, because he's kind of a wuss, always like trying to get Bakugo to be his friend, even though Bakugo treats him like dirt. Like seriously, how can you want to be someone's friend when they treat you like trash the whole time? That's like a toxic relationship. So, anyways, as And he's like, yeah, and he's like, yeah, I'm Izuku Midoriya, because he's kind of that. What happened to him with his father? He's terrified of people. Like literally, he's terrified of people. Each time someone tries to touch him, he shifts into his fox form, and when he shifts his he doesn't shift with his clothes. He hasn't had clothes made for him yet. They're working on it. They have it. They have some ordered for him so he can shift without not losing. Not being not when he shifts back. He's not gonna be naked. So yeah, they have some specialized clothes made for him. They're still waiting to get delivered. They're still in the order process. So as that goes on, as he's like, oh dear God, as a little girl, she's not important. She's like, hey, I'm so I love your tail. And she like, can I pet it? And she she's just petting the tail because they're fluffy. There's nine of them. As soon as she touch Izuku's tail, he shifts us into his form, his wolf form, his wolf form, his fox form, and Inko has explained to Midoriya, like Inko has explained his phobia of people. So she's like oh darn it, no, we're gonna have to call his mother, and he's cowering because he's afraid of people in general. So as the little girl's kind of like she feels sad for the little boy. She was only trying to be friendly, and Inko shows up, and she's not mad at the little girl. Her and that little girl mother was talking, and she's like, "Don't worry, I'm not, sweetie. I'm not upset." He says, "I'm not very good with people, with new people. It's going to take a little bit for him to get used to you." And so the mother and Inko talking. They're talking, and they decided to call it a day for now. He's going to have to go through some court counseling because because it's definitely have to be court counseling after that, after the incident. So she's holding Midoriya. Oh, sorry. He's still cowering in his little fox form, his little adorable little fox form. So and it's like, sweetie, it's all right. Let's go home. As she calls Inko, and him and Midoriya and Kosuke Bakugo are not in the same class. I mean, they will in the later when they get into later grades, but right now they're in separate. So she takes him home and tries to talk to him, and he's cowering. He doesn't like being touched. So as that goes on, and we go to the next day, and Inko heard like a loud bang. Yeah, a loud bang in Midoriya's room because Midoriya accidentally lit someone on fire. So she runs over. She's like, "Sweetheart, what happened?" And I was playing with my toys, and it caught on fire. And so she like gets the fire extinguisher because she knew this was going to happen eventually. This is where his fire manipulation pops up. It's green, so he had like a stuffed animal, and when he lit it on fire, he kind of threw it at the wall, and it knocked over something like a vase or like a lamp. So that hit. How she heard the loud bang, and so she's like, "It's all right, sweetie." She like you know extinguished the green fire. Right now, it's very weak. Right now, the fire. So it's not too out of control. So and his fire is not going to change color. It's going to be like green the whole time. It says he'll eventually, with training, he'll be able to increase the heatness of the fire. So as Inko takes her baby boy to the quirk doctor again, because the third time, because as she tells him, like, yeah, it's activated. So gets she gets ready for what do you call it? Sorry, she gets ready to explain his fire activated and all that jazz. So she gets what to do with that stuff. So she's going to have to buy a lot of fire hydrants. So she's going to help Midoriya, her son, to try to control his fire a little bit, so it doesn't like activate like that. So that goes on, and we're going to skip to I know there's another skip. Let's skip to the let's skip to around the first day of middle school. I will do some court canceling parts in the next part. So as he comes in the class, he still doesn't like being touched. So he's still iffy around people. He'll talk to people, but he doesn't want physical contact with them because of what his father did to him. He's very traumatized. So it's like, oh, we gotta, you know, the teacher sees Midoriya. Oh, you must be Izuku Midoriya. It's like, welcome to my class. Why don't you sit down, dear? As he sits down. He's like the first one there, and Koski Bakugo comes in, scoffing like, cause he's I have explosions and I am like God. Basically, how Bakugo is. He's like, as he sees Midoriya, he's like, loser. And even though Midoriya has a quirk, Bakugo thinks his quirk is like crap, like it's weak because he doesn't know about the fire because he doesn't really show the fire side of his ability. He only shows his fox form. He's more comfortable shifting into his fox form than his human form. So as that, he's like calls Midoriya Deku. He's like Deku. He's like he's like Deku. Move your seat over. I don't want to sit nowhere near you, freak. And and the teacher's like, watch your language, young man, or I'll have to call your mother. And he's like, whatever. And he's like, scoff off. And should I continue? Yeah, let's continue. So the day progressed, and Baga gets his little clique, his little his little group of bad kids, hoodlums. As Bakugo's talking, he's like, damn that Deku. He's like, Deku, freaking loser. He's like, Bakugo, like, you know that kid? He's like, yeah, he's a worthless. He's worthless. He might as well be quirkless. Doesn't really use his quirk. And what I've seen of his quirk, it only uses transformation. It's pretty weak. Unlike my quirk, his explosions. Pathetic. As they're like, "Oh, you're awesome, Bakugo." And you're like, your quirk is totally better than that loser." And so the day progresses, and Bakugo goes over to Midoriya and pushes him when he was in the hallway. He's like, "Move it, loser." As he goes off and scoff off, and he starts bullying Midoriya heavily, shoving him in lockers, stuff like that. And Midoriya is he's a very delicate child right now. He's still, he hasn't. He'll toughen up during the middle school years, but right now he's still in that mentality where he's scared of everyone besides his mother, and he adores Mitsuki. Doesn't like Bakugo. He finds him, a bully, not a good person in general. So as that goes on, they call Mitsuki because the bullying has progressed through the day, got really bad, and as Mitsuki, goes through, it's like, yes, you called me. What's going on? And they call it Inko. It's like, yeah, apparently, your son has been bullying young Midoriya very severely, beating him up, throwing him in the lockers, pushing him. It's we need to get this in the butt before it gets out of control. Because I will not allow bullying in my classroom. If he continues this behavior, I will have him expelled. I already talked to the principal. We do not tolerate bullying, regardless if he has a quirk or not. There's a no bully policy. So, as, Misty's like, yeah, I understand. I'll deal with my son when I get home. As she's Baga. And Midoriya's like in the separate room because he's like, and Miss Midoriya, your son is in another room. He's fine. He's a little shaken up. So Inko's like, dear. He's like, huh, it's mom. As he hugs her because that's his mother. So as that goes on, they go home and we're going to. I think we're going to stop it here. Yeah, we're going to stop it here. This will be part 0, and catch you guys later. Hope you guys have a good night and day. Stay safe.